that's your mum?
So this one, this side is my mum.
Yeah.
Her name was Jackie Licorice, and she organised the 2002 one, the one before that, which we think was 1982, and my sister, Denise, she was one of the pole fair attendants.
It sounds weird.
It seems really weird now because we were used to seeing the blast furnaces and that when we first
out of our bedroom window, definitely remember it. And you couldn't put your washing out on a certain day. Mum would be like, no, we don't put the washing out today because the wind's blowing a certain way, and we had baths every day because we were black.
Kathy Corrin, I moved here about 52 years ago. I fitted in.
Yeah.
You know, it was like getting a new coat.
We've been asked to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Corby becoming a new town. The main focus of the exhibition is two large textile hangings, and one was made about 30 years ago, and one has made its debut. It's the patchwork, Corby Patchwork Pals. Both of them depict specific parts of the town that women have found interesting for them. So alongside them, there's exhibitions from late developers, also depicting what their favourite parts of Corby. Over the days, we have had so many people come in and tell us their stories about their favourite places or happenings in Corby. Community is alive and kicking in Corby.
Corby had always had a bit of a mysterious legend to it, you know? I just fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the people. You know, there is an energy and a spirit and a kindness. It's become an aspirational town. It has wings. It will fly.
Good morning, Andrew. So I came to Corby 52 years ago. We've had a good life in Corby, enjoyed living in Corby and being with Corby people. So friendly, helpful. You know, it's always been a good experience for me. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, I went to a concert at a church hall. It was a choir. And the friends that had got me the ticket said, will I walk you back to the car? Because they come from Kettering. And I said, no. They said, are you sure? I said, I live here. You know, what's there to be frightened of? And absolutely nothing. Corby's a great place.
I'm Andy Mears. I did my apprenticeship in the steel side at Corby. Well, you went round all the various sections of the works. Really interesting place, the steel works. You know, always think it was a shame it went, but you know, it did, and that's that. But well, it was quite devastating at the time, and obviously there were all the sort of marches and things to keep it open. Went on those, which I think most people did. I think it's brilliant how they've managed to retain the amount of sort of woodland and wildlife that they have for a town of this size. I mean, I know there's been times in the past where they've tried to build on it, but the Corby people sort of basically jumped in and stopped it happening, which has been great, you know.
Conceived in Dublin, born in Corby, 1952. Yeah. So immigrants.
Yeah.
And then of course, you didn't feel out of place because most of them were from Scotland. They were immigrants, so it was a kind of a town that has always welcomed immigrants. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I mean, although a lot of people worked in the steelworks, and thousands, I mean, it was the lifeblood of the town. Not just the steelworks, but everything connected with the steelworks. As a kid, you had the fair that came every year, and you got your free rides, and you got your sweets and your drink and your ice cream. And that was the works that paid for that to come to Corby. It looked as if it was a tough town. But underneath, right underneath, it was a lovely, lovely town, lovely people. And I think that was because they were so pleased that they could come to a town and it offered them a lifeline. The one-horse town, the hard town. As you say, when you're in it and you're living it, you realise how welcoming it is, how open it is, how supportive it is, and it still is. It's still got the same ethos as it had when I was growing up in Corby in the 50s. The same ethos is there, in 2025, and no doubt it will still be there in 2050.
Most people worked in the works, so everybody kind of knew everyone. I remember my granddad down the old village used to sit on a windowsill next to the butchers that used to be down there when he'd finished work, and he used to sit there, smoke a fag, until all his mates come along, and he used to chat to them as they went past.
I've lived here for 47 years. We came here for the steelwork when I was 10. Got a lot of good memories of growing up in Corby. When I was a teenager, I was involved in the punk scene, and there used to be lots of gigs and that around here. McDermott Hall back in the day, or the Civic Centre.
A safe haven, so to say. I have travelled in few towns in England and in Scotland, but they all seem to be busy, empty husks that don't have any kind of sense of community. To say Corby is not like, it has every benefit of a town without having most of the negatives of a town. It is a huge and lovely village. So yeah, it means a lot to me.
Well, I know Corby has strong heritage because obviously of our steel, but I know history goes all the way back here. For example, look at the pole fair of the Queen. Strong community. I'm just so glad that the support for Corby's always been there.
My dad always used to say, you have to fight. You have to, whatever comes your way, look at it, deal with it, and get on with it. Get on with life.
My name's Bob Hartley. I've been in Corby now for 35 years. I moved up here reluctantly from Winchester because I built the Corby chicken factory. It's a lovely area to live. It's a beautiful countryside. It's a vibrant new town coming on, lots of new people, lots of areas developing. I think this is a great place to be. Nice people, it always has been. The Corby people have always been good people.
So my brother was already living here. He lived on the Exeter estate and had accommodation. I had just left the army a year previously, and then my brother says, come down here, there's plenty of work. So that's what I done. I came and lived with my brother. So the first job was in a place called Willett Printhouse. So it was a place where they made inkjet printers. So then I was there for 15 months, and it was a nice wee job. It was good money. One of the things that I've said before on many occasions, Corby's been good to people, and people have been good to Corby. So over the years, and I know this is the 75-year anniversary, so a lot of people have put a lot in, but a lot of people have got a lot out. So I think there's been, real positives.
We didn't have a Jubilee Avenue. We had a Strathclyde with a Strathclyde bar, Rangers Club in full swing. The Civic Theatre was different to it now, no cinema. There's been immense changes. I think the only thing that hasn't changed is the spirit of Corby. I worked in Leicester for a while when I retired from the police force, and I used to drive back in to Corby every day and see the woods and the boating lake and think what a great place to live.
We love it. We were born here and we love it.
Same thing, born and raised, and we're still living in the town. We're not moving anywhere.
Corby has been everything to me. It was good to be part of a little group, ladies group, the Patchwork Pals, that it's taken me to another level. The sense of community here is just absolutely outstanding. I can't imagine living anywhere else that has the same atmosphere that Corby has. Remember Corby in the 80s, and things were really low when the works closed, but people still battle through that. The town feels different, but in a good way.
Describe what Corby means to you.
It's always been my heart.
I think vibrant is the word.
It's my home.
I'd probably say everything.
A happy, joyous place.
Welcoming.
Scottish.
Inspirational.
Different.
Corby, it's going up.
It's creative.
Exciting, I think.
Community spirit.
Fabulous.
Inclusive.
Stimulating.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Friendly.
Describe Corby in one word. Community.
There you are.
Community.
Thank you.